One of the great things about this franchise opportunity is that you don't necessarily need to be massively experienced in holiday homes or serviced accommodation. If you had to get an accountancy practice franchise, you would need to be an accountant. If you had to get a gas engineering franchise, you would need to be a qualified gas engineer. But we've designed this to be open to anyone. We want to find the superstars as well as just the massively experienced people. So I'll pass it to Emma to describe, if someone doesn't have experience and say this is a brand new business venture for me in an industry I'm not that experienced in, would that be a definite no for you if you were interviewing for that?
Absolutely not, absolutely not. The right things that we'll be looking for, like I said before, is that passion, that desire to succeed and really want to make something and to have the understanding of the customer journey. And if they've got that, the rest of the stuff, property management, systems, everything like that can be trained. Literally the biggest thing you need is the right attitude and a little bit of IT experience.
So I won't go around and normally show people the back of the hoodie that's got the hashtag. It's the main core value of the business, is hashtag make it happen. Again, not an empty corporate slogan. Make it happen is probably the biggest attitude and frame of mind that we have. So if you were faced with somebody with 30 years experience in the property management industry, doing exactly the job that they're doing, that wasn't that motivated but had all the experience, or someone that was, as you say, fresh out the wrapper, that had no experience but just had that drive, what one would you pick?
I'd pick the person that's fresh out the wrapper, that has the passion and the spark in their eye. I think, and that's the thing, when we do our interviews, a lot of them are kind of on a Zoom call or Google Hangout, so it's online, and you look for that kind of passion, it's a spark in their eye, and that's the people that will be successful property managers.
Yeah. So what we do when we're carving up the regions, when you get a franchise with us, you get your own territory. So think of a nice easy thing. Devon, Cornwall, Perthshire, Glasgow, Edinburgh, cities get broken up, but you get your own specific region, and that is a boundary that is yours, and none of the other property managers would come into that as a general rule. But we work as a team, and sometimes it crosses over. So when you get your area, you get your specific email address, and that is your area to develop. Tell us a little bit more about regions and areas.
Yeah, regions are basically set up round about where you live. So the property manager is an expert in their area, so that they're living and working, breathing within that city, country area, and they can give the correct advice to their owners and to their guests as well. Everything should be within half an hour of your home so that you can reach it. Essentially, if there's an emergency, you can get there quickly. You can obviously travel up to an hour if it's accessible to you. You may take on other regions on a temporary basis. So if there's a neighbouring region and we do not have a property manager there, you may be asked on a temporary basis to take on some properties, and when we get a franchisee in that area, they would just get handed straight over to them.
And one of the questions we get asked all the time, weekly, is, well, my area is not available where I live, but can I get the 1-2 hours away? Or, a really amazing, successful area, let's say Devon or Cornwall, it's going to be very popular and make me a lot of money. Can I get that, but I stay 3 hours away? And generally what we want to do with the regional property managers, they're set up in that way because they need to be local experts. If you're a guest from overseas, you're going to get advice from someone that lives locally. They can give restaurant recommendations, they can give things about local attractions, transport links, train times. So it doesn't really work if you're in an area that is out with where you live, where your knowledge is, and where you know all about the local attractions. So we do say that you need to take your region in the area that you live, and it probably won't work out if you have to travel more than 3 hours.